Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Cornhuskers and home to some of the most loyal fans in the sport, where, once again, Memorial Stadium will be sold out. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team who is rested and ready coming off a bye, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Huskers will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Ohio State's offense takes the field for the first time today. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars. This guy fits that mold.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack of all trades.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Gets it out quickly. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks, and you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
To the ground, he's got it again. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Both these teams have had some good moments this year, and they'd love nothing better than to improve their bowl positioning, build a little momentum by getting a win in this one.
You're just trying to punctuate the season, right? How big would it be for one of these two programs to finish the year as a ranked team? It would help them so much in the offseason with recruiting and really help their confidence looking ahead to next year, Dave.
And confidence and momentum and just learning how to win. A part of that is a part of the process of being great in the future. And this team, learning how to win, finding ways to get it done, it's only going to build momentum, and hopefully you can carry that over to next season.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Open space at the 25. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So it's an 80-yard drive, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Nebraska's offense has the ball for the first time. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
The best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives them some breathing room. This Husker running attack will hit you from... You never know who's going to get it next.
Yeah, it's kind of like playing that hat game on the stadium jumbotron. Like, where's the ball underneath which hat that's going to move around? Always a lot of deception with this Cornhusker offense.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Going with the ground game left. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense, whether it's the option or whether it's conventional. They've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
He leaves it with his back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Looking downfield, it's Hurley. He looks that one in nicely. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Buckeyes are on the move. Leaves it with the running back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got his man on the outside. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Pulls it and fires to the left. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a grab and go for the score. Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger race. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
He's got great speed, working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He's got an open man. Oh, look out. Touchdown, Ohio State. Reeled it in and just made the house call. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Yeah, and really nice job seeing the middle of the field, seeing I can go deep and attack the middle of the field. And you can tell he runs a post, ball's right on him, catches the football, and then gets to gallop right into the end zone for a touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. North Carolina is down right now, But that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Miami. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Quick strike complete. Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play. They'll put it in play from the 27. First down. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
to the ground, but not before picking up the first.
3rd inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Still on his feet at the 45. Hit the afterburners, kid. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
On the move from inside his 5. Strikes the blow. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Got it in the middle, it's Hardy. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down coming up. Give to the back. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Here comes the offense on second down. Looking for a man, it's Hurley. Quickly to the tight end. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
That's caught. It's Hardy. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On second down, he'll let it fly. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Looking to pass on second down. Grabs it in the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires the pass, intercepted. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door at the end.
And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide. The offense and the QB simply wouldn't know.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very interesting first 2 quarters in Lincoln. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high rate.
At the 35, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman, because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Off play action. Trying to get to it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, they tried to catch the defense napping. They're 3rd and short on their own side of the 50, and everyone's thinking run. They go pass, but the defense wasn't fooled, so the QB's just got to throw that one away.
Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Takes the easy one to the back. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big third down throw, and you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for it.
Dropping back, it's Hurley. He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. And you think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
Unloads to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Now on second down. Leaves it with the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
That's a really good stop on the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend-don't-break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Quickly complete. Afterburners coming. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with first and goal because of great third down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field and everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Strong, firm tackle.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. And this one splits the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Penn State is running away with things, and it's thanks in large part to an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up by 32 over Wisconsin. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and time.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll try to get the corner here on the jet sweep. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
That is an incredible job by the defense to stop that receiver in particular on that jet sweep. This is one of the fastest guys in college football, period. So for the fact that the defense was able to corral.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And This defense is smelling blood right now. Like, they know they got him right where they want him. Got him in a 3rd down and long. They got to lead by 3 possessions. Everything is going their way. This offense is in trouble.
Fair catch called for and made. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was a long with Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OSU quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Etienne. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. The Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unleashes one. It's caught. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with the 1st down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And the Huskers with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Get it out on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. The back goes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Street. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Quick pass on the jet motion. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over.
Fires toward the end zone. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down inbounds. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Pressure coming. Got his man. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Man, those plays are frustrating on defense. You get 3 stops and you force that fourth down, trying to get off the field, but the offense makes the play, gets the first down. It's almost like you got to kind of recalibrate, refocus. Forget that one. Let's do it again.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Well, they caught the defense off guard with that play right there. Here they are in field goal range. It's 3rd and short. You know, the odds say it's going to be a run. Instead, they throw it. They get a big play now setting up 1st and goal.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
He's back in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It followed the touchdown as he single-handedly is trying to keep them in it. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Brings up the second down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
I don't know about that play call, man. Your quarterback's already thrown 3 TDs in this game. Pollock, let him cook down there.
Yeah, I mean, trying to show some balance, but he has had a great day. I trust him. This is a good situation. I'm going to put the ball in his hands, and I'm going to let him throw this football and get a touchdown.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the pummeling has started. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. South Carolina was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Gamecocks performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the... Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. Bringing the heat. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. There is time on the clock. If there is time on the clock, there is time to put more points on the board. I mean, the scoreboard operator needs to work out too, right?
Yeah, and I guess he's been getting it, and the defense's job is to stop. But I would argue, Reese, you can just take a knee. If you take a knee, run the clock, you still get out of here, and you still get the win.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Going up top on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.